I'm telling you, if Kendrick now, I promise you, you guys have, there's so much different styles and sounds and pockets of like, LA, Greater LA, or like Cali, that he could just like instantly make popular. Like, this is mainstream. Yep. Bro, he could snap a finger. This is like Thanos with all 5 Infinity Stones, and he's like, I'll wait till... Like, if you ask why, we haven't seen a little bit more progress on the West Coast, you got to blame Kendrick a little bit. Here's the thing. I keep calling hip-hop Jesus.
I was thinking about the Jesus thing too. They treat him like Jesus, right? Like, because, okay, that's one thing I always say when I have an argument about religion is I'll say, listen, in the Bible, it's full of all these examples of God making his presence so unbelievably obvious to people that of course they're going to believe in God. My entire lifetime, I've never seen anything that overtly made me believe that Jesus was real. And it's like but people who are Christians will say, you're expecting too much of Jesus if you think that he's just going to make it obvious to you that he exists. And people are like that with Kendrick too, where it's like, we feel like it would make sense for him to take part in some pretty obvious, like, examples or symbolic gestures to make it clear that he really wants hip hop to change in this way. And people think that he's so important that you can't even ask for the bare minimum from
Facts. Kendrick ain't getting nobody pregnant without fucking him, period. You feel me? Like,
hey, let me tell you this. I gotta give Kendrick credit because Kendrick has somehow confused us and lied to us that he is the anti-industry. He's still the fight the power. I'm protesting in front of the police, stepping on people's necks. When in reality, I could make a point that Kendrick kind of seems like, in the large scheme of things, like he's part of the program. He just has the people's support. Like, I mean, the dude who usually has the talking points of Kendrick is the guy that gets none of the goddamn like opportunities. Every Grammy award for the last like 5 years. You have to realize the reason why even Drake stopped submitting his music because they would just give Kendrick a thing before the shit started. And Kendrick, you got like 3 this week. All right, come on, cool. So again, it's interesting how Kendrick has convinced us that he is anti-industry, while every industry facet that recognizes hip hop holds him up to a level and awards him and compliments him for being this like deity, like he's like God.
And that's the greatest trick that Kendrick ever played, was convincing the world that in order to be a Drake fan, you also had to basically be anti-progress, you have to be basically like pro-ignorance in hip hop. He's turned himself into a symbol of everything that is good in hip hop, while realistically doing and living very little of that.
Well, and that's the craziest part, is he's basically, like you said, the Trump Kamala comparison. Now, if you're a Trump supporter, you're a racist.
Yeah, so, exactly. It's the same exact trick. Yeah,
exactly. And
we've been watching the Republicans do that our whole lives, where it's like, oh, you support George W. Bush? Well, he's a hate monger.
Right.
And it's like years have gone by, being a hate monger. It's kind of hard to justify that opinion. It's like you go back and you watch a video of George Bush and you'll be like, why the fuck did we all believe that this guy was this racist nincompoop?
And not only that, you as a supporter are now a racist, because it's not just he's a racist, now you are as a supporter.
Well, you can point to Bush, but we're not going to do that right now. That's a long conversation.
Hey, as I'm saying, man, I'm watching. Kendrick is giving a master class in how to co-opt culture. And once you've co-opted culture, to have them believe that you are leading them and you're operating in a way that, hey, you're like some holistic, I'm only doing it for the people. But I've said before, Jay-Z did the same thing. Jay-Z convinced us everything he was doing was for the culture. Then he just fucked around and became a billionaire overnight. He tells Jermaine Dupri, bro, I'm standing on the other side with Colin Kaepernick until Jermaine Dupri says, all right, bet I won't do the deal with the NFL. Jay-Z swoops in, takes it. You know what I mean?
Nah, facts.
But at least though, we knew that Jay-Z was a hustler from day one, because he came in the game talking about selling birds, flipping work. We knew that he had a hustle and finesse.
I mean, Drake has always been pretty transparent about his desire to be the best, whereas Kendrick keeps his ambitions under wraps.
That's what I'm saying. Kendrick came in like with this whole holistic agenda, like you said.
Yeah.
Jay, we already knew. He came, reasonable doubt, he sold more crack than any rapper in history damn near on that album. Yeah. So.